Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod, and happy halving day 2024. It's about to get lit. In today's show, Bitcoin price recaptures 65,000 as rumor Middle East tensions are over, boosting Bitcoin price action. We'll also be discussing 5 things you did not know about Bitcoin halving and what the reactions will likely be after this officially occurs in the next few hours. We'll also be discussing here's why Bitcoin will not stop at $100,000 per coin, as per Arthur Hayes in his latest speech given at Token 2049 over in Dubai. We'll also be discussing $100,000 plus Bitcoin coming in the next 12 to 18 months, predicts Anthony Pompliano. But there is a catch. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin Prime to skyrocket by up to 219%, predicts hedge fund veteran Anthony Skyrocket. I'll be breaking down his timeline as well. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin skyrocketing to $455,000 per coin after this halving. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Now, welcome, crypto fam. Happy halving day. The halving is scheduled to take place at roughly 9:30 p.m. Eastern, which means another 5.5 hours from now. I'm planning on doing an additional halving party stream. If you're going to be joining us for that, let me know. So this podcast is probably going to be 2 hours, and then around 6 p.m. this is going to end. It gives me an opportunity to grab some dinner, shower, do some push-ups, do what I do, and then we'll start a secondary stream and we'll celebrate the Bitcoin halving occurring this evening. If that sounds good, holla, let me know. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Pump the likes to pump the stream. It's much appreciated. Shout out Baller Bill. Shout out Jamie Waturn. What it do? Let's go. P. Dollar. What up? What up? Craig, welcome. Baby, welcome. Mr. Bone Daddy, Freddie G, K Jam, live from the car. That's what's up. James, hey fam, I-94 between Detroit and Chicago. That's what's up. A lot of you guys on the road. Let's go. Shout out Sean Downey. Let's get it. Loud and clear, subs James. Thank you. My membership expired. Dang, I have to start over now. Yeah, man, you got to renew that. Maybe it'll allow you to start where you left off there. I'm not 100% sure on that one, family. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to Jennifer. Happy halving day. What do you think about? Never heard of that. Coin Supreme. Hello from Bangkok in the building. Shout out Multi-Stacker, 3 p.m. Hawaii time. Most excellent. Good afternoon. Happy halving day. Shout out Neri. Good to see you. Corona free. What it do? It's going to be lit for show. Yes, I just got the cut. Different barbershop. The one in Dorado I usually go to had no availabilities, and I just needed a cut really bad, so I kept it local. It's a little higher on the fade than I'm accustomed to. I'm usually getting the low fades, but nonetheless, let me know your thoughts there. Big ups, JV. Shout out Dub Proof. Shout out Bina. We made it. Another halving. Amen to that. What up? Shout out West Palm Beach. Let's go. Bitcoin Trini. Portugal. Pump this mofo up.
Pump it up. Pump it up.
Let's go. Shout out Freddie G. Welcome to the HODL gang. Greatly appreciate your support. Looks like it continued. You got it looks like the aqua marine color, the light blue or greenish blue teal. So congrats, and I appreciate you supporting the show. Shout out to all the members. Paul Williams, much appreciated. Early Saturday morning for us in the US. Yeah, we were hoping it'd be on 420 just for the sake of it being 420, but nonetheless, no complaints. It's going to happen. Another 5 hours. Let's go. Looking good. Thank you, Ellen Todd. Devon, let's go. Welcome. Frederick, live from Sweden. Bunny from the 80s, welcome. Right where we left off. Love to see that, Freddie G. Cheers, and thanks again. JV, looks nice. A halving haircut. Precisely. My third halving. I can't believe it. Cheers to that, Kingston. What's the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut? 2 weeks. Boom. Shakalaka. 420 halving in the UK. Let's get it. Will there be a halving watch? Yes. I'm going to be doing a secondary stream after this stream ends. We'll probably take a break for an hour, and then I'll start a new stream. Takes me a little time to set it up. So we'll definitely be ushering the halving together and celebrating. If that's you're looking forward to that, let me know. Hope to see you guys there. It'll be 420, says Guido. It'll be there 420. Yeah, man. Cheers. Bear flag for the haircut. What? Popping my halving cherry. Congratulations, Baller Bill. No longer going to be a halving virgin, it seems. 419 Got a block. Let's go. Did someone say 420? Be right back. Shout out Ellen Todd, McFootnator. We made of carbon. Keep those diamond hands. 420 halving day. You already know all day, every day. Official Lele Bright. Welcome, welcome. Crypto Zero. JV 6-hour live stream. You know how we do here. Whatever it takes to usher in the greatness. Nipsey having a signal incoming. Pay attention. We're always watching the Nippinator. I'm with Plan B 532 when we get the run-in. Mama wants an airplane. There we go, Mark. Difference between, yeah, that's a light switch. That's a good one, Kingston. Second halving for me, 2016 passed me by. Core will reach 350 this bull cycle. Having partay. See you there, Devon. Let's go. It's dumping. Is that what you call a dump? We're still up $750 on the day. We did tap 65 earlier, though. So where are you at? I'm in Puerto Rico, family. The beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Hello from Slovenia. Shout out Damn Jan. Welcome, welcome. 30 blocks to go. Well, it's usually 10 minutes per block. Then that would mean roughly, yeah, I guess it would roughly 6 hours. 30 blocks to the halving. Good to know, Guido. Hit that like button. Super cool bros 2.0. Welcome. I'm a halving virgin too, says Devon. Nippinata, multi-stacker. Let's go. Supreme Giuseppe, welcome. Having today, what up, JV? Shout out Brandon Clark. Good to see you, broski. Pump the likes to pump the stream on this historic day. This day only occurs every 4 years, so it's a pretty big deal around here. Yeah, man, 30 blocks away. You think the miners are worth it? The mini miners? I don't know what you mean by if they're worth it. Hit it, JV.
Pump it up. Look, pump it up if your game went low.
Love your new sponsor, JV. You post on X. I need that jacket. Cheers to that, Don George. I'm going to give him a special shout out here a little bit later in the show. Want to sponsor that young man because he works his ass off. He's only 14. He's competing in the Junior Olympics. Tomorrow it actually starts, and I wanted to sponsor him, show my support. And yeah, so wishing him a lot of success. Ellen Todd, thank you for becoming a member of the HODL Gang family. Much appreciated. Crypto Christmas is here. Using the Antminer S9i as a lottery miner today for the hell of it. Let me know if it's a block party. Oh, word up, P-Dot. Do what it do. Apex Predator. Thoughts after the halving? We're going to be discussing that all day today, family. So you already know. You come to the right place. Fourth halving for me. Whoa, we got some OGs. Pilot, fourth halving means you were in by 2012. Kudos to that. Cheers from Italy. Shout out Stefano. Good to see you. What about those so-called Bitcoins? 4 hours and 30 minutes, family. Bring it. Be interesting to see what happens now. Usually take a few months to really start to pump in, so loads more stack in time precisely. Shout out Trini. Shout out everyone just joining us. Let's get this show started, shall we? If you're new to the channel, important to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, 7 days a week, just like this. Also important to pump the likes that help pump the stream. Today is a very special day. It's Bitcoin Halving 2024. So I greatly appreciate the support. Today is pod episode number 1614. I'm your host, JV, and it's April 19th, 2024, the day of the halving. Let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. The entire market back in the green and pumping. We did recapture 65,000 this morning, but we're currently still up, but it's right now at 64,400-ish. But the entire market is back in the green, which we love to see. Checking out coinmarketcap.com. We're sitting on a 2.34 trillion market cap with 112 billion in volume for the past 24 hours, meaning we're up 23% on volume on the day, and the dominance is on the rise as well at 54.2%. It actually took that 0.2% from Ether, because Ether was at 16% yesterday, and today it's at 15.8%. How high do you think this Bitcoin dominance is likely to climb for this particular cycle? Holla, let me know. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got Whiff up 16%, trading at $3, followed by Rune up 13%, trading at $5.47, followed by Sue up 11%. And let me know which altcoins in particular you guys are most bullish on for this particular bull run. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get more of a visual perspective of the top 100. You can see, I'd say safe to say 80 to 85% of the market is currently in the green and pumping, with some impressive gainers. Hex up 26%, Whiff 16%, Rune 13%, and even Monero, which has been pretty quiet this cycle thus far is even up 3.6% on the day. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, today we're rated a 66 in greed. Yesterday was as low as a 57, last week a 79, and last month a 74. We keep our eyes out on this because the higher this number goes, the more likely of a pullback. And checking out the Bitcoin halving countdown, we're less than 5 hours away. According to this halving countdown, which would mean right now it's roughly 4 p.m. So Eastern time. That means by around 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have halving 2024. Let's freaking go. Right now we're on block 839,957, which ultimately means we only have 43 blocks to go. And checking out the time chain calendar, you can see the block we're on here as well. It shows, according to this one, only 30 more blocks to go. And each block is approximately 10 minutes. Just FYI, the current Bitcoin market cap sitting at 1.26 trillion. And currently you can trade $1 for 1,557 Satoshis. Sounds like a pretty good conversion to me. So seize the moment and take advantage of it while you still can. And with that being shared, family, what do you think is likely to happen to this price action upon halving in 4.5 hours-ish? Let me know, family, and I'll read these comments out loud. Good evening, Andrew Gas and Bitcoin people. Have it up. You already know. Is this typical for the day before the halving? The Bitcoin charts are sideways today. Yeah, typically we have corrections pre-halving, post-halving. You got to remember, it's the 12 to 18 months after the halving, we go parabolic, reaching a cycle peak. So it doesn't mean just because we have instant parabola. Unfortunately, it don't work that way. However, I'm open to all possibilities. Who's to say what Bitcoin can or cannot do? Bitcoin's on its own trajectory. It's on its own vector. You already know. Milk bag. Never heard of that one, Team Fannin. So how is this live? How is it? What kind of question is that, Josh? How is this live? Eventually, it's going to be $1 for $1 Satoshi. You already know. And Bitcoin will eventually be $100 million, because if a Satoshi is $1 and there's 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin, that would mean $100 million Bitcoin. Let that sink in. Sideways or a dump, says Data Aware. World Cup for biddies, Adrian says. 100,000 on the way. Sell the news event. We're going down to the 50, says Neri. I have seen it jump up and down like a toddler on caffeine. Bitcoin does what Bitcoin wants to do. Precisely, Jennifer. Precisely. Dump at first, says David. DCA anyway. Dollar cost average. Stack those sats. Watch a guru's clock, says 8 p.m. for the halving. 8 p.m. What time zone is the question? ETH, what is that? 20,000 end of 2024. Bitcoin 100 G's end of 2024. Wow, that's very bullish on ETH there, family. I could see ETH going to 10 G's this cycle. It's like a birthday. No big deal. Multi-stacker. Well, this birthday only comes around every 4 years. You know what I mean? And happy birthday to anyone's birthday here today as well. I love, what is that? Ponachas and Bitcoin. What are Ponachas? You meant it won't moon a minute after, like a bucket of money being poured in? You never know is all I'm trying to say. Everyone buy $20 tomorrow at scale. Now we're talking. Nothing crazy in the short term. Just be patient. Shit out dirty. Love your lives. Thank you, Teen Fannin. Respect. My Bitcoin halving clock just says 4 hours and 10 minutes, but don't show you the what is it called? Like, is it Eastern time, Central time, Pacific time? Because Eastern time, it's going to be roughly 4.5 hours, family. Where's your Bitcoin hat? It's not worn when I first get a fresh cut. So hopefully that's okay with you. Typically, Bitcoin trades sideways 6 to 9 weeks post-halving, but there's a few dynamics that are different. All-time high just weeks before. ETF pensions, countries, nations are stacking them sats. JV, party like it's your B-Day. You already know. Must-see TV, BTC. I have, what is that, 1 million sheeps, and I have 159,000 XRPs. How does that look? You tell me, Ron, how you looking there? Bitcoin tonight will double, then slide 1.5x, then rise. Send it, let's get it.
When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong. More than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on. Had the people on my back to get a song.
Wow, ZT says 3 hours and 41 minutes Eastern. Holy moly. Well, I guess then it's official. Every halving countdown clock is going to be different. But if we're 30 blocks away and each block is 10 minutes and there's 60 minutes in an hour, someone run the math. We can manually do it. You know what I mean? Nice fade, bro. Thank you, Frank. Sad news, guys. I'm from the future. It's April 20th and still no halving. Oh, no. Unholy almond. How dare you? Looked up a year later after each halving for the last 3 years. One was 84x. The second was 4x and the third was 8x. I don't know how accurate the second and third is, but I think the first one is pretty accurate. We're going to touch upon that as well here in the stream here shortly. There is no second best. That's right. Shout out to the Giga Chad.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Bada boom, bada bing. So there you go. 4 hours and 22 minutes. So the time zone is irrelevant. It's going to be 4 hours and 22 minutes from now. Thank you, Damn Jan. Appreciated. Please party like the day after your B-Day, JV, except this time, call for 100K. 100K, let's go. We'll hit 100,000 tonight. I hope so, Ron. I hope you're right. Halving day is here. We've been waiting a long time. Manuj, welcome family. So yeah, for those just joining the stream, pump the likes to pump the stream. This is pod episode number 1614. After this 2-hour podcast, which is live and in the flesh right now, we're going to do a secondary stream. I'm going to start afterwards, and that's going to be the official halving countdown party stream, which is going to be separate from this stream. So be on the lookout on the channel after this stream ends. We're going to do another stream after. Just FYI, make note of it. I appreciate it. Yo, my brother, I'm at A&W making them onion rings and watching the best show on the tube. Love you, brother. Cheers, DNA, respect. But let's get this show started, shall we? Let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out some of the charts where the price action is likely to take us next. Headline reads, price action hits 65 G's, baby. As rumor Middle East tensions are over, boosting the Bitcoin price action, as we can see here at the Bitcoin 1-hour chart. Bitcoin saw flash volatility April 19th as geopolitical turmoil in the Middle East spilled into the financial markets. Look at that big green candle. Respect the pump. TradingView showed new 7-week Bitcoin price lows of 59.6, hitting after the April 18th daily close, which was yesterday. These accompanied renewed tensions between Iran and Israel, a particularly sensitive topic for Bitcoin this month, which fueled a major drawdown from 70 Gs. Now, the day prior, a modest recovery had been underway. This swiftly undone as markets reacted to the latest developments, and amid rumors that the situation might not escalate further, Bitcoin staged an equally impressive rebound from the lows, reaching local highs of 65,200. That's right. Now, popular trader Scoo noted that both long and short Bitcoin positions were being burned by volatility, quitting them here. Shorts blown out here, and now seeing more interest from longs, aka longs opening. And he also added that spot demand was currently driving the rebound, which was only around an hour old at the time of this article being published. Bids filled during the trip below 60,000 and said it was sizable. Now, the latest data from CoinGlass, meanwhile, revealed the extent of shorters' surprise. Sell-side liquidity between 64 and 65,000 had been taken in an instant, with no significant blocks left near that spot price beyond the new wall of bids at 61,200. Quoting Credible Crypto, doesn't look like much, but that's 100 million in Bitcoin bids just moved up below price to support the move up. Good luck getting back in if you sold the bottom because of some news headline. And he makes a good point there. And the total cross crypto shorts for the past 24 hours stood at roughly $138 million. Now let's discuss the battle for the Bitcoin weekly close. With so much attention focused on the short-term price moves, Bitcoin's imminent block subsidy halving, which is scheduled to take place in 4.5 hours, and we will be capturing it live. We will be partying, and I expect you to join us. Quoting the analyst here, today is the eve of the Bitcoin halving, and the market appears to have formed a clearly defined baseline support level around the recent lows, said trading firm QCP. So yeah, man, Operation Save the Weekly started early this week, said trader Jelly. And for Crypto Ed, he shared, okay, let me call the bottom here. Big if, no more big news coming from the Middle East, I believe the bottom is in, and Bitcoin is starting its next leg up and do a nice relief halving rally. Let's freaking go. Yeah, I mean. Now, a quick shout out to Nick Wins. I sponsored him. He is a boxer out of Mexico. He's only 14 years old. He's 6'1". He trains for hours every day. I'm friends with his father, and I know the hard work the kid puts in. So he's actually repping for his fight tomorrow. He's going to be repping this Crypto News Alerts jacket, which is pretty lit. So I just wanted to give him a shout out live. And if you can help support him, I dropped his link right here here, 333boxing.com. Check him out. You can watch some of his previous fights over in Mexico. Wish him some luck. Support the kid. He's doing big things. And I love me some boxing. Personally, I'm a big fan of combat sports. Always have been. So again, our first sponsored athlete official for Crypto News Alerts, Nick Wins, competing tomorrow for the Junior Olympics. And I have a lot of faith he's going to rock it and take home that belt. So shout out to Nick Wins here. Anyways, family, also wanted to point out most gains always come after the Bitcoin halving. Something we got to remember. The first halving, we saw 8,000% gains after the halving. Second halving, 3,000% gains. Third halving, a modest 800% gains, which is still 8x. What will the fourth halving bring us? What are your thoughts, family? Let me know. I'm going to read some of these comments out loud and welcome everyone joining us. A very historic day in Bitcoin. We have the Bitcoin halving scheduled to take place at roughly 9:30 p.m. this evening. We will be catching it live and it's going to be pretty lit. So watch out. I'm so drunk right now. Says, why bother? What are you sipping on there, yo? David with a Y. What it do, family? Welcome to the stream. Are you going to be live during the halving hour? Yes, that's the whole point. I am going to be live. We're going to be talking our ish as we do each and every day. It's going to be fun. I might even pop open the champagne. You never know. This is a very rare occasion. You may see rare form JV today. Just letting you know in advance, family.
Broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb. Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that. Thank you. He said, we bought more bags, till we got a sword back.
Massive love to the McFootinator, just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. So congratulations to Calistinian, 8 Point, Josh Rodriguez, Unholy Almond, P. Dollar. You've all been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel on behalf of the one and only McFootinator. So respect, family. Greatly appreciate that. Shout out to South Africa. David Sam says a minimum 4x. Send it. I can see that easy peasy. 300 G's, baby. 32 Bitcoin in play. And then it goes to 125, then 230. Let's go. Shout out Mike Mack. Welcome to the HODL gang. HODL gang. HODL gang. HODL gang. What time is the Bitcoin halving hour? It's going to be roughly 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be live. We will be celebrating, and I will be talking my ish.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come, we should have bought that.
Yeah, baby. So you're basically saying that the market cap of Bitcoin will increase to, what is that, 8.4 trillion? I can see it. Yeah, I mean, I can see that this cycle. The all-time high currently, Austin, is 3 trillion. So what is that, a 2.5x? Pretty modest, in my opinion. Be water, formless, my friend. Tell him. And Grant just gifted 5 memberships just like that. Shout out Grant. Much respect. Congratulations, David with a Y, CFPV, looks like Gildo, and Jacob, and Creeper. You've all been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. Respect, family. Please do show Grant Noakes some love for hooking you guys up. Happy halving day, big day, unprecedented day. History in the motherfucking making. You already know. Shout out Rob C. What it do? Thanks for the membership. There you go, man. Pretty exciting times. Anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day. All eyes on halving. So, I mean, we got to discuss it. 5 things you need to know about the Bitcoin halving. Number 1, Bitcoin price is up over 650,000% since the first halving. So shame on you if anyone is, a non-believer that Bitcoin can't do another like 5 or 10x this halving when we've seen Bitcoin soar from nothing 15 years ago to being worth as high as 74,000 per coin. Just saying. Historically, Bitcoin's price has increased following the halving, though this largely hinges on the balance and supply of the demand. Historically, data provides some insights. After November 28, 2012, the day of the first Bitcoin halving, the price climbed from $11. Whoa, to the then record high of $1,240 a year later. So let that sink in. 2012 halving, we were $11, and then a year later it was $1,240. Similarly, after the second halving, July of 2016, the Bitcoin price surged from $650 to a new record high of $20,000. That was the year JV was introduced into crypto back in 2017. How many of you were around for that? Holla and let me know. And you can see the charts here: the first halving, second halving, third halving, and the fourth halving, which is amongst us. So in May of 2020, after the third halving, the Bitcoin price boomed from around 8,800 towards 69 G's, baby. On November 10th, 2021, so Bitcoin's return since the first halving stand at an astounding 650,000 1,000%. Multiple catalysts have spurred demand for Bitcoin following its halving events. For instance, during the 2020-2021, a generally dovish stance by global central banks significantly contributed to the Bitcoin price rally. Now for the second factor, halvings test the miners' economic resilience. That's right. Each halving reduces the income that miners receive for verifying transactions, making profitability more challenging, especially for those with the higher operational costs. This situation pressures the miners to either upgrade to more efficient technology or cease operations altogether. So for instance, after the third Bitcoin halving in May of 2020, the average cost to mine 1 Bitty rose, as the blue wave in the chart below illustrates. As you can see on your screen, it shows you this arrow, Bitcoin halving 2020, which you can see the black arrow with the red writing, and then look at that blue going crazy. Now for the next factor, pre-halving price rallies can be speculative. That's right. The anticipation of the Bitcoin halving often leads to speculative price increases. Now, should I say speculative or speculative? Let me know. Anyways, for example, in the 6 months before the 2020 halving, Bitcoin's price increased by over 40% from around 7 Gs in November 2019 to approximately 10,000 by May 2020. Look at that chart. These gains are often driven by speculative investors hoping to capitalize on the post-halving price increase, reflecting historical patterns and leading to volatility. Now, personally, I think volatility is a beautiful thing, especially in Bitcoin. It equals opportunity. It also equals life force. The theory behind a post-halving price increase is based on a supply shock, which each of the first 3 halvings, the daily production of Bitcoin decreased from 50 to 25 to 12.5, and most recently in 2020 to 6.25 Bitcoin per block. This reduction can lead to significant price movements if demand remains strong. For example, the year following the 2016 halving saw a nearly 300% rise of the Bitcoin price action, partly attributed to this supply shock. And you already know a supply shock is incoming this year, family. We discuss that every day here in the show. Next factor, macroeconomic impact on the Bitcoin halving cycles. The broader economic environment plays a crucial role in shaping the impact of the Bitcoin halvings on its price. For example, the 2020 halving coincided with the period of loose monetary policies, including near zero interest rates in the US. This unique situation contributed to Bitcoin's appeal as a digital gold, helping its price soar from around 8,000 at the time of the halving in May 2020 to an all-time high of nearly 69,000 by November 2021. Next factor, last Bitcoin halving will occur next century. Whoa. Thanks to the halving process, the final Bitcoin is projected to be mined around the year 2140. After the last halving, miners will no longer receive block rewards in new Bitcoin, but will rely solely on transaction fees for revenue. This shift could fundamentally change Bitcoin's security and economic model, influencing everything from miner participation to transaction costs. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Bitcoin halving roughly 4 hours away. Light up the likes just on that fact alone, because you're going to be witnessing it live and in the flesh here with JV. It's going to be pretty lit. Hopefully we have thousands of people on for the halving party here this evening, going down, family, around 9 p.m. Eastern. Stress-free JV check with a specialist if you are dyslexic. That will help you from overspelling obstacles and bring more subs. Dyslexic, interesting. Stress-free. Time to pack a bong. I need attitude adjustment. There you go. Pack it up. 64, pump it up. It is going to be eventually extremely volatile. Send it. Post-halving dip predictions. I mean, that's a good question, actually, G-Bitty. What do you guys say for a dip? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Crypto fact, only the English would know what it means. Keep adding the subs. Happy halving day. Thank you, Grant. I hope I am around for the last halving, says Expo Jean. I think we all do. Wish the same. Halving day is finally here, fam. Let's go. Shout out to the Coos Dog. What it do? Like those thumbs up. Please hit them. Thank you, Devon. Appreciate it. Anonymous, welcome. Mercy received when?
Yeah. Crypto to zero, they really thought that. Again, you can call me 3AC because I'm blowing it up.
The combination made my funds bleed on halving day. Cheers, Sammy G. You already know. Let's go. Let's get it. Welcome, everyone. Historic day. Bitcoin halving 2024. Historic April 19th. You'll never forget it. Never forget today. If you expect a good correction. Hey, JV, I missed ya. Darth Melda, welcome. Now the party can begin. I appreciate you tuned in. How you been? It's been a minute. Darth Melda, Empire Strikes Back. We need Yoda for the first time. Imperial Walkers. And Darth is your father. Tezos to your Bezos. JV doesn't sound dyslexic to me. What the frick? says Jeffrey. Sitting in the bakery, listening to JV, waiting on Bitcoin to crank it up. I'll take a baker's dozen and whatever you're serving there, family. I appreciate it. 10% drop post halving. Halving going to the 20th. Let's freaking go. Shout out G Biddy. Good to see you as well. Historic times, family. We here. We made it. We survived the bear. We deserve these gains. Death Carlisle. Does that mean death to the Carlisle group? I'm just curious of that username. Very interesting. Shout out to for the sub. I appreciate that. Tezos to you, Bezos. Bezos. Let's freaking go, yo.
Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump. They drop foot, but it's still not slowing it up.
Shout out Johnny Bravo. What it do? Welcome to the stream.
I can't wait till the Fed start showing this love.
Pepe coin is going to go bananas. Is it going to go Johnny bananas? Slids Dexic. What is that? Slides Dexic. Slids Dexic. What up, Bryce? Adam, welcome. McLovin, what it do? My worst has to be solo. Solo is not bad enough for me.
Flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
Yeah. I mean, be careful with the ish coins, family. You know that game is a very dangerous game to play. If Bitcoin pumps, do you think Bitcoin will pump this weekend? Yeah, we pump and dump virtually every day. So you got to define what kind of pump you're expecting or anticipating. You know what I mean? Because theoretically, we're in the green, in the red, in the green, in the red, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump it up. Challenge reference, dub proof, pump it up. You already know. Here's the classic pump it up. This one's for Jennifer.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up, you've got to pump it up.
Yes, Johnny Drama from Entourage, most hilarious character. Johnny Bananas, you already know, Anonymous.
Don't you know? Pump it up, you've got to pump it up.
Let's go. Solana, the greatest meme of all time. Skid. I haven't even heard of Skid. Is that a new one? Is that the new bonk? 333. What about the 333? Yorkie Hunt. Like big pump. How long do you think it'll be before the uptrend after the halving? Well, I don't think the cycle peak may be until 6 to 18 months after the halving, which would mean next year, potentially fourth quarter of this year. Who knows? But we will find out. That's for sure. Life is good. It's better with the biddies. Damn straight. Halving 77,000 by the weekend. Send it. That's my ringtone. That's what's up, Jennifer. So when I play it, do you think your phone is ringing unconsciously?
Don't you know? Pump it up, you've got to pump it up.
Let's go. Clickbait, unrealistic targets equal pump it. How dare you, Bits Boy? And how dare you take, what's his real name? Ben Armstrong's old moniker there. Are you BitBoy 2.0? What's going on over here? 333, David with a Y. Tezos to Bezos. Christopher Green has been saying that since February. Oh, word. Podcast depends on how much you have. If not much, hodl. Yeah, just accumulate. Been on Rumble, but it ain't playing today. Oh, word. Back on the tube. Is something wrong with Rumble? Can you guys check and confirm that? Because then we won't do the Rumble after party if it's not working. So let me know if the stream is live right now on Rumble or not. Give me a yay or nay for Rumble if someone can confirm that. I appreciate it. Whoever just subbed, thank you for the sub. It looks like still Messamid James. I appreciate it. Oh, 333 is the day I was born. Really? So was that March 3rd, 1933? Like 333? That's a lot of threes. What's going to be the price tomorrow, maybe you think, in the morning? Who knows? They took the bait. What's your next trade if bearish? Ask C. Melga got jammed up. Word up. Shout out Bobby Digital. Well, the kombucha is gone now and no JV. What the frick? What do you mean no JV? I'm right here, dog. I like fishing in the house. Shout out Saga. What it do? What it do? Welcome, welcome. But anyways, lots to cover today. Big day, historic day. Let's discuss some 100,000 price actions, and then we'll discuss the 200,000 target, and then we'll discuss 455,000 target, and then we'll do some live Q&A. Continue to pump it up. Bitcoin halving day, family. You already know. Headline reads, here's why Bitcoin will not stop at 100 G's, baby. According to Arthur Hayes, at his recent speech he gave in Dubai, live from Token 2049. How many of you went to this event? Let me know. I had quite a few friends out there, so that's why I asked. Anyways, while talking about the monetary policies undertaken by the U.S. government, as well as other economic giants like China and Japan, the BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes just blaze highlighted Bitcoin is the only sustainable solution in times of expanding central bank balance sheets. He made these comments during the current 2024 49 token conference in Dubai. There's the man right there. Hayes began by asserting that the real yields will continue to be negative, which is something the U.S. Fed and Treasury are actively managing to maintain. This is because they are allowed to borrow funds at lower rates. So should that trend continue, which has been the case for the past few decades, Bitcoin and other cryptos will keep increasing in value, said the former BitMEX exec. However, he also warned about the opposite, but said there's very little chance the real yields will go positive anytime soon. He believes that the GDP numbers claimed by the U.S. and other governments are artificial and are announced to the public to keep them at bay. I would agree with that. Let me know your thoughts. The solution for this fiat monetary policy lies outside of it, he noted. Hayes highlighted gold as this historical choice, given that it existed for thousands of years. He said the yellow metal has served its purpose for a long time, but it has numerous drawbacks that are bypassed by owning an asset that has all of its merits without any of the potential negative sides, aka Bitcoin. As seen in his presentation, gold is hard to carry. Take that, Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff don't even hold any gold. He has foreign gold stocks. You can't make this ish up, especially in the large amounts. While Bitcoin is digital, history has seen numerous examples where the government has seized gold holdings, and this can happen. Can't happen with Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. So this exists in the digital world. Given his prediction about the U.S. monetary policy remaining the same, Hayes said people should turn to Bitcoin and not be deterred by the recent gains. They should not leave the market just because their positions are up 200% in the past several months. He believes the Bitcoin price will keep going up and will not stop at 100,000. He has made some quite bullish predictions in the past, which we have covered right here on the pod, including a $750,000 price tag for Bitcoin within the next couple of years. And as you know, that's JV's bull market prediction for this particular cycle. So let me know if you agree or disagree with Just Blaze Arthur Hayes. I'm going to read some more of these comments. Let's go. Welcome, Judge Bibbles Entertainment. What it do? Who said Rumble was down? How dare you? So Rumble is up. That was false. Fake news? No, what's wrong? It's 1 a.m. Obviously had a beer and it's Friday. Well, shout out to the Rumble fam. If we are good on Rumble, we'll be doing the after party on Rumble for a little bit after this stream ends. And still, we're going to have an additional stream specifically for the Bitcoin halving countdown, which will be a little later after the stream ends. You the man, JV. Do them push-ups. Thank you, James. You got to do what it do. Price prediction for tomorrow, 10 million per coin. How do you like those apples? JV, are you streaming on Rumble? Rumble is up right now. Jennifer just confirmed it looks good on Rumble. So whoever said it wasn't working on Rumble, simply refresh. It's working just fine. Thank you, Jennifer. So yeah, Rumble is up. We will have an after party on Rumble for the uncensored version of the pod. 100%. I'll be there. Shout out to the Rumble fam. You're good on Rumble. Thank you, Don. Hey, JV, having day today. The best is yet to come. I traded $6 in biddies with leverage and lost $5. Oh, no. Thank God for stop loss. I still have $1 left to trade at 100x. Well, now we're talking. That's better than the lottery, at least. I think I'd rather trade at 100x leverage for $1 than put it in a lottery ticket for $1. I think my chances are maybe better. I could be wrong, but I'm just speculating here. 750,000 would make me wet dreams. Preach. 300,000. I'm selling my business and retiring at 37. Amen to that. Bomb Blasters. Thanks for the sub. #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Let's go. Hey, JV, having day today. Amen to that. Shout out to the Lukey Doggy Dog. What it do? Pumpy pump. Pump it up. Wumbo fam. Let's get the Wumbo. Bitcoin dropping. We'll take advantage of it, right? This may be another little pre-halving dippy dip. Seize the moment. I have a question, serious. I am from Georgia. I have 12 words working in my mining rig. They are amping it by hand. Do you think it would still be profitable after the halving? I don't even fully understand the question. If there's any miners that can help answer that for Dennis, let us know. I'll read the answers out loud. Shout out to the Nippinator giving us the next signal. I think that's a buy the dip signal. Yeah, man. I mean, we're 10,000 below the all-time high. Nip's saying buy. He thinks it's a good buy right now. Look at that. You see him? You know what I mean? He's like, buy. That's a great buy. We're 10,000 below the all-time high. We're about to have in like 3-4 hours. So Nipsey is like, just get it while you can. Few more hours, family. Few more hours. Post-halving will drop, and for no good reason. Expos John says, Adam Sky, never heard of the Captain Pugwash. I'll check that out. Sounds funny. Shout out Larry Pedro from Dothan, Alabama. Shout out Larry. Thoughts on BCH? I don't like it. That's all I got to say. I don't like it. Didn't I say extreme volatility? You sure did, Jennifer. I have serious question. I am from Georgia. And you have 12 slaves. What do you mean by slaves? Working in my mining rig. They're amping it by hand. Oh, you got jokes, Dennis. I see. This is a joke. This is a joke. Ape in the King Kong, Spiritual Guyan, back at you. Shout out Anita, appreciate ya. Everyone joining the stream, welcome. Historic day, Bitcoin halving day. We're celebrating. We're going to be ushering in the halving live and in the flesh. You know how we do. 25 blocks to go, bros. 25 blocks. Let's go. But anyways, fam, next story of the day. Let's discuss another 100,000 target, but this one from Pompliano, the one and only. Shout out Anthony Pompliano, the founder of venture capital firm Pomp Investments. Pompliano is predicting Bitcoin will soar to 6 figures in about a year. In a new interview on CNBC, Squawk Box, Pomp says that he believes Bitcoin can reach at least 100,000 within 12 to 18 months. However, he warns that Bitcoin may first drop below the current value. Quoting him here from the interview, I think the downside is pretty muted at this point. Again, it's impossible to tell. There's always an external event that could occur, but I'd say I don't see it going below 50 Gs at any point. I think we have kind of crossed over that Rubicon. In terms of the upside, I think we get over $100,000 in the next 12 to 18 months. Maybe we can get to 150, 200,000, somewhere in that range, but we go up from here. I just don't think people should expect the explosive 1,000% move from here through the rest of the bull market. So he's saying he's doubtful that Bitcoin will 10x this particular run up. Pomp also says the past weekend sell-off of Bitcoin may have had a lot to do with the lack of access to funds held in the banking system, as well as automatic algorithmic selling triggered by international tensions. Quoting him again, I think there's really 3 things that drove that price sell-off. The first is that whenever there is a moment of fear, everyone panics. And what do? They still buy dollars. And so some people are selling because of that. The thing is, on the weekend, even though the Bitcoin market is open and the bank system is not open, so you can't get the new dollars into your crypto account to buy the Bitcoin. When all of the news hit Twitter, which is now X, and kind of social sentiment changed very quickly, you saw a massive amount of tweets about Iran and Israel and rockets and drones, etc. There's a very quick sell-off. I find it hard to believe that humans were able to read Twitter and immediately go to their computer and start hitting the sell button. And so there's got to be some algorithmic trading that is going on. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Pompliano. And to watch the interview he did entitled Bitcoin Can Cross 100 Gs in the next 12 to 18 months, check the show notes below the video in the description. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Let's go. Shout out Molly. Shout out Quinn. Shout out Spycraft. Good to see the fam. Guys, should we buy now or after the halving? Release, break, and structure rested. I am not sure. Should I buy or wait? Info family. Well, my number one question for you, Quinn, are you already a Bitcoin holder? Do you own any biddies? Are you 100% on the sideline? If I was not a Bitcoin holder and I owned 0 biddies, I'd get in the game now and I wouldn't chance it. If you already have a substantial stash and you're projecting the price to go down, maybe you wait and buy at a lower time, or the opposite can occur. Just note, it's like flipping a coin. We can just pump. If a lot of people are anticipating a dump or sell the news event, we may just pump up 70, 80,000. You may miss this opportunity. That's why many people will tell you DCA, just dollar cost average family. You know what I mean? Guys, wake up. Here's some perspective. 2015, one full Bitcoin purchase for $500. No more money to put in. Today it's worth 88,000 Canadian. Future, you over 500,000. Send it. I love it. Now back to the triangle for the next leg up. 92 Gs, says Steven. Beyond 100,000 only after GBTC is down to 0. Probably will dump to 53, says Goldberry. Mike Tyson, that like button. Thank you, Mr. Bone Daddy. Iron Mike, that mofo. What up, JV? Cheers, Juan Romero. Good to see you, broski. Just celebrating Bitcoin halving 2024. You know how we do. Always buy, never sell. Borrow against. What's your time horizon? If long-term, buy now. Short-term, exactly. We don't need paper hands. Preach, Tony. It's all about the long-term here. Gregory, the price predictions are useless. Nobody knows the next minute, much less the 12 months. Yes, but it's entertaining. And this is an entertainment-based show. And I think predictions get people most excited. Am I right or am I right? Anyways, always DCA on the dips. No one can time the bottoms. Robots are trading in the markets. 80% high-frequency algorithmic trading bots. There you go. What do you remember at the time of the Bitcoin camp? What camp were we referring to? What other coin do you think is worth it? and then here's what Sailor would say.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm just saying. Hit him with the wrench. Bada boom, bada bing. Did it have yet? Not yet, Rick. It's about to occur in 4 hours. We're going to capture it live. You already know. My boxer dog keeps trying to play with your dog on the screen. That's what's up. That's awesome, yo. Show us your trades. Never. When after the halving will the price rise? As the world's financial dynamics continue to evolve, Bitcoin is no longer the sidelines, but it is the center of the significant discussions around the future of money. There you go. If you have the spare powder, buy half and keep half ready to buy the dip. If that happens, target 85,000 soon, says Spycraft. Solana Second says the proof. Grow that out and braid it up. No, thank you. Let's go, Soul. I once had hair down on my butt. And I sometimes did braid my hair, but I'm over it those times. Never again. Pomp has been wearing the same suit in every interview. I think it's a superstition thing until Bitcoin hits 100. That's funny. Shout out Snowman. Pizza party in 4 hours. Pop out the champagne. We celebrating today, family. 60 G's, baby.
60 G's, baby!
It's red panty night when you sanctify me, yeah? Back at home with your wife.
It's a celebration. Bitcoin halving. Back at your home with your wife. Orange panty night, family. Let's go. But anyways, our next story of the day, we're going to now discuss a 200,000 target from Anthony Skyrocket, and then we'll discuss this 455,000 prediction post halving, followed by some live Q&A. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Pump the likes, pump the stream as we live the Bitcoin dream. You know what I mean? Skybridge Capital founder Skyrocket says Bitcoin is on track to soar more than 200% within 12 months. In a new interview on Squawk Box, the hedge fund vet says that the expected continual adoption of Bitcoin will keep driving the value higher and reduce price volatility. Quoting him here, I wish I could understand the price moves myself. Where I'm coming from is a little bit of longer term as opposed to just the week to week or day to day price movements. I think the point I am trying to make is that Bitcoin is on that adoption curve. If you go back to Web 1, Bitcoin is sort of in the 1999 point in the spectrum. Just imagine where we went from Web 1 to where we are today. And so my point is, you won't see this be an inflation hedge or a store of value as other pundits are saying until you get over a billion users. And so right now it is going to be way more volatile than people like. And people look at it as risk on or risk off trade until we get to that adoption curve. Scaramucci predicts Bitcoin will soar as much as $200,000 within a year, a 219% increase from the current value. However, he warns Bitcoin is at risk of declines of up to 15%. Big whoop! 200%, 220% upside, 15% downside. Sign me up, fam. Just saying. Quoting him here, you could get shocks like wars, and you could get, God forbid, a terrorist calamity or something like that could take Bitcoin down 10 or 15%. But I think you have a heavy bid on Bitcoin because of the demand from the ETFs and from the eventual drivers of things like the wirehouses that will enter the space, as well as the 401k market. So I don't think you have 50% downside, but you could have 10 or 15% downside just because it is sell a risk on, risk off asset. But long term, with the halving coming this week, today, I think this thing trades to 170,000, possibly 200,000 per Bitcoin. And that's consistent with where it has been over the past 15 years of Bitcoin since the inception. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Scaramucci, and do you like those odds? You have 200% plus upside and a 10 to 15% downside. Like I said, all in, baby. Let's freaking go. And with that being shared, let's check the comments. Once again, welcome everyone joining the stream. Bitcoin halving 4 hours out. How many blocks we down to, family? Let me know. I'm actually going to refresh the Bitcoin halving countdown page. It shows us we have 25 blocks to go, and I'm going to refresh the time chain calendar to see if it shows only 24 blocks to go in the time chain calendar. So we're only 24 blocks away from the most significant event that only occurs every 4 years. And each block is estimated to be 10 minutes. So yeah, at this current state in time, it's showing it's going to happen in 4 hours and 2 minutes. So that would mean it's almost 5 o'clock right now. So roughly 9 o'clock, potentially just before 9 o'clock. Are you ready? Let me know. Let's freaking go. Clark says 50%, 15% drawdowns. That's just a Monday afternoon. Precisely my point. JV, do you think the 50s is still possible? I think it's not the most probable scenario. Can I see us back in the 50s? possible, but I don't see it happening. If I was a betting man, I'd say no, we don't revisit the 50s. In fact, I think 60 holds up. That's just my 2 Satoshis. What are your thoughts? Buying the dips is getting fun. Nice. I think the ETF, Wall Street, will treat the halving like a sell the news event. Suckers. 4 hours to go, Jennifer. Let's freaking go. That means at 8:50 p.m. 8:50 p.m. Eastern, halving. 8:50, family, 4 hours from now. Are you ready? Explain the halving because I am stupid, says Black Pearl. I don't think you're stupid, number one. And number two, the halving can be broken down very easily. Every day, there's 900 Bitcoin awarded to the miners. They use computational power to get awarded these Bitcoin. It gets chopped in half to 450. That's really all you need to know is the daily issuance gets chopped in half, so it becomes more scarce. So we know Bitcoin is already the most scarce asset out there because it has a finite limited supply. It becomes more scarce, which is a bullish thing. Hence why we always pump post-halving family. I should have to put up a halving tree. Yeah, I know. What's up? We got Christmas trees. We need halving trees. What tree should we use for the halving? Maybe a bamboo? I don't know. Advice from the Jared Old Man. Bitcoin crypto represents the most volatile asset class ever. If you don't have the stomach for the gut-wrenching roller coasters, you're not tall enough to ride the crypto. Great point. Sage advice. And here's another saying. If you can't deal with the 15% drawdowns, you don't deserve the 200% price increases or 10x, 20, 100x, wherever we go from here. I wish we could see 30G Bitcoin again temporarily. I think everyone here would agree, because wouldn't everyone just sell their right kidney or some unvaxxed sperm and just buy those biddies? Am I right? Goldsberry, thank you for subbing to number one daily Bitcoin pod. Greatly appreciated, family. Hopefully we wick back to 40 Gs. Hopefully we do if you want to buy some more sats. However, I don't see it. What are your thoughts? Can you explain ETF next? I am stupid too. I don't think you're stupid, Judge Bibbles. The ETF is just an exchange traded product, ultimately, with the institutions basically taking your money and holding and trading, or ultimately just holding the Bitcoin for you through a custodian and charging you a fee for it. The better scenario is just self-custodied Bitcoin, just FYI. 10:50 a.m. It'll be here for the Crypto Never Does It Well on a Saturday. Watching JV in the stream, the NBA playoffs and the pizza. What up? Talk about multitasking. No chance we get the same swings we used to in the past. ETF took that off the table, in my opinion, says Fortune. I'm listening to you, but a lot of you are not watching the screen. I never knew you read something, or if you're just talking. Good. That means my reading skills are improving, because if you can't tell if I'm just talking or reading, that's a beautiful thing. That's the greatest compliment I've ever had. I might cry. Thank you. Why does the miners' labor union not intervene? Having the wages. Bitcoin 100,000 in 2024? I think so. If I was a betting man, I'd say, yeah, I think we hit 100 Gs this year. What do you guys say? Still early this year. We just entered Q2 19 days ago, for Christ's sake. What do you think of the next big narrative? Gamer coins? I mean, previous cycle for the, previous halving cycle, gaming coins did very well. I think NFTs and gaming coins did fantastic. This time around, things may change. Maybe meme coins for the win. I don't know. That's all the gadgets. Time to buy. Word, brother, you're going to stay live until the halving. No, here's what we're going to do if you're just joining us. We're going to finish this podcast, but I'm going to end the podcast when it's over, so I can get it up on iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere podcasts can be listened to. There's a little bit of work I got to do. Then I might go eat, do some push-ups, hop in the shower, and then I'll come back for a secondary stream exclusively for the Bitcoin halving. It's going to be a separate stream. I think that's the smart way to do it. So it'll be separate from this stream. So just be on the lookout on this channel. I appreciate it.
Well, well, well. You know what time it is. Woo! We back, baby. Bitcoin.
Guess who's back? Back again. Bitcoin's back. Tell a friend.
Shitcoins or NFTs. There's no greater feeling than hitting that sweet all-time high.
All-time high in this what? Currently, we're the same pattern as the last bull run, Jan 21. That was currently where we at. Word up. AI and real world. Oh yeah, we have AI this cycle. That is true, McFootnator. Pizza party tonight. Miners will sell the holdings for them to pay for their energy bills. Right on.
All-time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky. We just buy and get rich.
Let's go. But anyways, family, Now for the featured story of the day, the moment you've all been waiting on. Let's discuss Bitcoin ripping to $455,000 per coin post halving. Let's break this baby down. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Greatly appreciate you. So yeah, according to Collin Brown, the fourth mining reward halving, which is set to occur in 4 more hours, fam. And we will capture that live here. You know what I mean? Right here on the channel. Brown noted that following the last halving event, Bitcoin witnessed over 700% growth, bringing the crypto asset to its previous all-time high of 69 Gs, achieved at the peak of the 2021 bull cycle, which was November 10th of 2021. So given the impact of the previous halving, the crypto expert has predicted the coin will reach 455,000 should Bitcoin mirror this pattern. That's right.
Old time high in this bitch.
Whoop, whoop. Quoting him here, in just 48 hours, Bitcoin's fourth mining reward halving will occur, and FYI, now 4 hours away. This quadrennial occurrence will slash the per block emission of Bitcoin to 3.125 BTC from the current 6.25 BTC. After the last halving, Bitcoin prices surged 700%, which would now bring $455,000 per coin. It's worth noting that since the cryptic developer of Bitcoin, Mr. Satoshi, introduced the coin roughly 15 years ago, the halving has been ingrained in the cryptos program. This year's event will happen when the block 840,000 is created, and at the time of this live stream, we're only like 24 blocks away. Can you smell it? Historically, the 3 previous halvings caused the price of the digital asset to soar significantly, amassing substantial gains, as we all know. Data shared from Brown shows that following the first halving event, Bitcoin saw a whopping 9,300% rise, topping out at around $1,135 from $12. So what that looked like was in 2012, Bitcoin was trading at $12. Then a year later, $1,135 for a 9,360% increase. However, it took the crypto asset approximately 371 days to reach the aforementioned figure after the halving. Furthermore, so again, that's like roughly 12 months, family. That's a year. The second halving, which occurred in 2016, drove the Bitcoin price action from $650 to almost $20,000, indicating an almost 3,000% increase. How many of you were around back in 2017? Let me know. That's when JV got in. My first Bitcoin was roughly $1,500, and I recall like yesterday around Christmas time, we smashed almost 20 Gs. Now, meanwhile, the latest instance secured a 700% rally, which is a modest 7x, taking prices from 8,600 from the previous peak to 69,000. And primarily, it took Bitcoin more than 500 days in the preceding 2 cycles to reach new records. So there you go. That's why I say anticipating a new parabolic all-time high for the cycle somewhere between 12 to 18 months post-halving. That's if history were to rhyme. Now, considering the past trends, Brown's forecast appears to be reasonable and possible. Let me know if you agree. Should any of these trends reoccur, the crypto expert's prediction might manifest the following year, which would mean in 2025. So let me know your thoughts on that, family. And yeah, so this is a big day today. We're only like 23 blocks away from the most significant day in crypto, and it only occurs every 4 years. So this is more significant than Christmas, because Christmas is literally every year, just saying. So yeah, where do you feel the Bitcoin price cycle peak will be? And do you think it'll be 2024, unlike previous cycles, the year of the halving, or do you think we hit that cycle peak next year in 2025, as history has shown us? Some of the factors, obviously a lot different with this cycle. For the first time in Bitcoin history, we broke the previous all-time high pre-halving. We ripped right through 69 a few weeks ago. About a month ago is the current all-time high of 73.8, and we broke it already multiple times. That's a different catalyst. Another different catalyst is the institutions. Previous cycle, we didn't have any institutional adoption, such as BlackRock or ETFs. The ETFs are a new thing. They officially went live on the 11th of January this year. So, and in 90 days, the institutions have acquired over 850,000 Bitcoin, with BlackRock leading the pack with their IBIT ETF, which currently has like 272,000 Bitcoin. So what BlackRock just achieved in roughly 90 days, it took MicroStrategy 4 years to acquire their first 200,000 Bitcoin. I know MicroStrategy's goal as a company is to continue to stack sats and acquire more Bitcoin so they can have 5% of the circulating supply. Right now, they control 1% of the circulating supply of all the Bitcoin in existence. And BlackRock already controls over 1% of the circulating supply. GBTC holds roughly 2% of the circulating supply, currently one of the largest hodlers of biddies in the world, but there's about to be a flippening. GBTC, for example, before they converted their Bitcoin trust into the ETF, they had 620,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet, making them the largest holder. And now they're down to like 300,000, and BlackRock's about to flip them, just so you can see what's going on here. So we have mass institutional adoption, which did not exist last year, which gave us this demand shock, which sent Bitcoin from earlier this year in the 30,000 range as high as we are today at $64,000. Right. So just the institutional flows alone are eating up all the available Bitcoin being awarded to the miners. Again, 900 Bitcoin per day currently, and in 4 hours that gets slashed in half to 450 Bitcoin per day. And when you have asset managers like BlackRock and Fidelity and all these juggernauts acquiring sometimes 10,000 Bitcoin in a single day, you can see the demand shock in real time. So I'm estimating a supply shock later this year. Many of the top analytical platforms are, thinking the same. So more than likely that's going to happen. There's roughly 1.8 million Bitcoin available on the exchanges. And once that dries up and 80% of the Bitcoin supply is in the hands of the long-term hodlers, it's going to be virtually impossible for them to fulfill the demand for their customers. What does that mean? They have to bribe the Bitcoin hodlers to sell at a higher price. Hence, number go up technology. I believe the supply dynamic, supply demand, stock to flow trumps the technical analysis and all that such. So I like to focus on the big picture because I'm a big picture thinker. I'm thinking long term. 4 years from now, are there going to be any Bitcoin available? What is the Bitcoin price going to be? in 2028, 2029? People are thinking of this halving. I'm already focused on the next. That's just how my mind operates. Previous halving, 2020, I was focused on 2024. That's just how I am. I'm a long-term thinker, big picture thinker. So big picture, ready for the Bitcoin price action will likely be for this cycle and the cycle preceding this in 2028. My prediction, 1 million the next cycle. This cycle, my bear scenario, 222,000. Bull scenario, 750,000. My realistic scenario, somewhere in between that, maybe 300,000, 400,000. But time will tell. We're in unprecedented times, right? Also, we got to keep in mind the value of the dollar is guaranteed to continue decreasing its purchasing power because they have to continue to print. They're a massive deficit of roughly 35 trillion we're currently in. There's no way to get out of that. They're guaranteed to continue printing, which means the dollar is guaranteed to continue to lose its purchasing power. We have BRICS movements, a lot of nations moving away from the dollar, right? And then you have all this other bullishness. You have nation state adoption, such as El Salvador, the first country to do it, the blueprint laid out by Bukele. Now you have nations secretly buying Bitcoin behind the scenes. Abu Dhabi is a top contender, according to Max Kaiser. We covered that previously in the show. They could be making the announcement soon. In fact, Max recently tweeted that they're going to be making a big announcement soon. We have the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We have Qatar. We have Russia. We have Iran. This Middle East money, a lot of money out there. I know there's a lot of economic uncertainty, but it all seems a lot of the economics and the macro stuff is all engineered, right? Some people say the Bitcoin halving is already priced in. I personally don't see that. How can it be priced in if historically it's 12 to 18 months after the halving we hit the all-time high? So that would make no sense, especially considering we're still at a discount of $10,000 from the top. So this is a great time to be stacking them sats. Right now, you can get almost 1,600 Satoshis for a single dollar. I don't think personally that will last for much longer, if you know what I mean. Devon says, JV long-term thinker. Nice. Mick Footnader says 5 million in 2030. Send it. Right the Wrong says, I'll take 220,000. Let's go. Okay Good says, when in doubt, just zoom out and grow a pair. Amen. Couldn't have said that one better myself. You got to do what you got to do. It is hard to believe Bitcoin is being evangelized now by some of the biggest Wall Street firms. That's right. We got the front run Wall Street for the first time in history. We got the front run all these corrupt mofos, the largest asset managers in the world. Do I trust BlackRock? Oh, hell no. I know the evil they do in this world. I think it's pretty obvious. If you don't know, you should look that up. They have their hands in everything. BlackRock has a piece of over 80% of the companies in the S&P 500, potentially over 90% of the companies. BlackRock, Vanguard, and these juggernauts, they have their hands on everything, in everything. Pharmaceutical companies, you name it. You know what I mean? Things that aren't so beneficial to humanity as well. So do I trust BlackRock? Hell no. But we got to front run them, and it feels good. I'll always look at Larry Fink as an enemy of Bitcoin, because I'll never forget when he fudded Bitcoin, calling it an index for money laundering. Well, now that mofo is all in because he's all about that almighty dollar. My personal opinion is that BlackRock will continue accumulating and stacking sats at unprecedented numbers, just as they're doing now. Again, they hold already 272,000 Bitcoin. Eventually, they'll have millions. And then I believe that BlackRock is one and the same with the U.S. government. You know what I mean? And I think they can just confiscate all that Bitcoin, ETF, BTC. I think they have diabolical plans personally. That's why I preach self-custody. That's why I preach not yo keys, not yo coins. That's why I preach take your crypto off the exchanges. None of them can be trusted. Sam Bankman-Fried had the second largest crypto exchange on the planet. It no longer exists, right? They went file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and the day before, everything is fine. Nothing happening here. Your funds are safe. 24 hours later, Chapter 11 bankruptcy, hence why he just got served a 25-year prison sentence. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Long term is true. You got to be in this for the long haul. If you're in this for the long haul, you get it. If you're in this for the short term, you don't understand it. I'm sticking to it. Let me know your thoughts, fam. Where's the Bitcoin price action likely to go next? Holla. And now let's dive into some live Q&A. We're going to kick it here for a little bit. Then we're going to head on over to Rumble for the uncensored version of the pod so I can speak freely and 100% authentically without having to worry about what I say. It might piss off the algorithms, you know what I mean, and terminate the channel. It's happened before, so just saying. And then we'll take a little break, and then I'll create a secondary stream, and I'll be back on the tube and on Rumble, and we'll be celebrating the Bitcoin halving party. I may pull out some champagne. We're going to be celebrating. I'm looking forward to this. I'm dedicating my evening to you guys. Pump up the likes, pump up the stream. This is unprecedented. Again, Bitcoin halving 2024, 4 hours or less. Let's freaking go. You know what I mean? I think even 0.1 bitty is significant, so don't lose hope, even if it's less than a Bitcoin. Facts. Way to go, JV. Well said. Cheers, Molly. Respect. JV, love your stream, brother. Many streamers and news articles are very negative about the Bitcoin, but the way you are so hopeful, it gives great feeling to stay positive. Thank you, brother. Day Nada, 19 Imperial 88. Respect. That's the least I can do. You got to remember the lamestream media is not your friend, and their agenda is to keep you in a state of fear and uncertainty. And for them, they would love to crash the Bitcoin price. So I understand the agenda. And once you understand the agenda, right, you can see through the veil. You can see through the curtain, and you can understand what's really going on. You can translate. You can connect the dots a little differently. And whatever they tell us is never the truth. We know that for a fact, right? So at least we know what not to believe. Thank you, lamestream media. Damn right. And thank you, Inverse Kramer, you mofo. Is there any interview where Schiff loses his argument against Bitcoin? Every article, every debate. My favorite are the Max Kaiser ones where him and Schiff go back and forth and Max starts screaming. This is not a Sigma moment. Thanks, JV, for your time. See you at the halving. See you there. Frank, it's going to be lit. Effing smash. Let's go. Car wash. Do what it do. 225 end of the year. 500, 750 cycle peak. Great minds think alike there, Jennifer. My family and I are going long. That's what's up. Shout out to you and the fam. Abel Gonzalez, let's get it. The moment is so not Sigma. What does signify, by the way? I don't even know. I just know that as like a military term, right? So we have our halving party. Then it's back to work. Exactly, John. Leaders can't lose hope. Gandhi, rest in peace, Gandhi. Fake news? Oh, never that. Never. Don't sell no matter what. There you go. You know what I mean? Selling is like giving in to the devil, inviting Satan into your life. That's equivalent to selling your stash, right? And believing the mainstream, aka the lamestream. Why do you think it's called CBS? Because you turn it on and you can see the BS, see the bullshit. You know what I mean? Just as an example, why is it Fox News? It's a sly fox, so it can mislead you. It's all the truth is hidden in plain sight. And you put two and two together, you start to realize, whoa, symbols have meanings. Symbols are the first true language for human beings. Symbols go back tens and tens of thousands of years. And if we can just put together what the symbols mean, we can read the truth, and we don't even need to hear the puppets opening their mouth and misguiding you, many of which have sold their soul to misguide you, and they've been paid off some money to do so, aka Jamie Dimon. You know what I mean? One example. Sailor says add a zero every cycle. I love that sentiment. If we add a zero from the current price action, that's $640,000, fam. Let's go. You know what I mean? If we add it from the all-time high of 74, the 740,000. Send it. I don't believe Schofield really believes what he says. I just think he's scared Bitcoin will F his business and make him poor, says Matt Baker. What about the BBC network? Don't even get me started about the BBC. Not a fan, never will be. Shout out to Andrew Tate, who destroyed the BBC single-handedly. 20 blocks remaining. Let's go. Schiff is not Schofield. Oh, different guy. But the truly interesting question related to the halving is the GPU market. Mark Cuban. Now, I also recall the FUD of Mark Cuban. He once compared Bitcoin to bananas and said, Bitcoin has no real intrinsic value. I'd rather have bananas. So anything Mark Cuban ever says for the history of that human life, I throw out the window. So I have no respect for that man. He also pushed the poison JABs. So I have no respect for those people. They're enemies of humankind, if you know what I mean, in my humble opinion. I am on the tube, though, so I got to slow down. Is it reliable as JP Morgan? How reliable? They're the worst. I mean, they're criminals. The worst criminals on the planet are JP Morgan and their CEO, Jamie Dimon. Facts. Agreed, JV. Been saying add a zero for months now. Send it. 1111. Send it, Chris Robinson. Hey, is Chris Robinson, was that the guy from Winnie the Pooh? Was it some Robinson? The boy? Was that his name? I was curious. I don't remember. Still sitting here, picturing JV with braids. Haha, classic. Are we having a pump watch tonight? Well, it's a halving party / pump watch. How about that? You call it whatever you want to call it, but I think I'm going to call it the halving party. Something like that. It's stupid because if Schiff learned from his mistake, he would buy some Bitcoin now before the train clearly departs. He regretted not buying it. With his sense in his future, he'll say the same for 64K. Yeah, I can't figure out that guy. He's either just that ignorant or just don't care. You know, he's worth tens of millions of dollars, right? So maybe he's just wealthy enough to not give a F about Bitcoin and just don't care. And because he's been fudding it for a decade, he just has too big of an ego to ever accept the fact he was wrong. Maybe that if I was to speculate on his, thinking, that's what I'm thinking. Christopher Robin. Oh, that's right. Christopher Robin. Thank you. I remember Tigger. The wonderful thing about Tiggers. Tigger, the wonderful thing. Hey, Pooh had it figured out. Honey is the bomb diggity. Remember, he put his little paw in there and just make me want to eat some honey right now. JB, did you dreadlock? No. My hair is like too straight. It'd be very difficult to dread. Been watching funny stuff all night to some dude who had some funny speech. Word. Let's jump to 85 real quick. Let's go. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Zero. Bring it. Anyways, fam, here's what we're going to do. I'm starting to sweat in this piece. It's getting hot in here. What we're going to do, we're going to continue with the uncensored version of this podcast on Rumble. So head on over to Rumble now. Shout out to the Rumble fam. We're going to end this transmission on the tube. But tubers, instead of doing a 10 p.m. premiere, which we typically do every evening, we're going to have another live. The live we do this evening is specifically a halving party. I encourage you to join the party because you're about to witness history, and it's something you'll remember for the rest of your life. You'll be like, where was I? Halving 2024, April 19th at 10 p.m. I was on JV's halving party. So make sure to join us. Hopefully we get thousands of people there this evening. I guarantee it's going to be lit. We're going to be celebrating. We'll have the Nippinator as a special guest. He may share some wisdom. You know how we do it. But I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully you're looking forward to it as well. So let's get ready to rumble. Head on over to Rumble. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Rumble link always in the description. Let's freaking go. And yeah, let's get this mofo started, shall we? And again, YouTube, I'll be back with the halving party probably in about 2 hours, potentially 3 hours, but be on the lookout on this channel for the halving party. But head on over to Rumble right now and let's continue to kick it. Uncensored version exclusively on the Rumble. See you there in a moment. Deuces. You know what I mean? Here we go. That was fun. Okay. YouTube.